Welcome to today's presentation on the end of competitive advantage. For decades, businesses have relied on traditional forms of competitive advantage, such as economies of scale or brand recognition, to stay ahead of the competition. But in today's fast-paced and ever-changing business environment, these strategies are no longer enough. As we will explore in this presentation, the new reality of business demands agility and adaptability. Companies that fail to recognize and embrace strategic inflection points risk becoming irrelevant. The good news is that there is a solution: the strategy palette. By understanding and utilizing the different strategic approaches available, businesses can navigate strategic inflection points and stay ahead of the competition. Traditional competitive advantage refers to the strategies and tactics that companies use to gain an edge over their competitors. This can include things like cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. While these approaches have been effective in the past, they are becoming less so in today's fast-changing business environment. One limitation of traditional competitive advantage is that it is often based on assumptions about the market and the competition that may no longer be valid. For example, a company that focuses on producing high-quality products at a premium price may find itself losing market share to cheaper, lower-quality alternatives. Additionally, traditional competitive advantage can be difficult to sustain over the long term, as competitors are constantly looking for ways to copy or improve upon successful strategies. In today's fast-paced business environment, change is constant and disruption is the norm. Companies that fail to adapt risk being left behind. According to a recent study, only 12% of the companies on the Fortune 500 list in 1955 were still on the list in 2016. This highlights the need for businesses to be agile and adaptable. Case studies of successful companies show that those who embrace change and are willing to pivot when necessary are more likely to thrive. For example, Netflix started as a DVD rental service but adapted to the rise of streaming by creating their own content. This move allowed them to stay ahead of the competition and become a dominant player in the industry. Similarly, Amazon started as an online bookstore but expanded into other areas such as cloud computing and home automation, which has led to their continued growth and success. Strategic inflection points are moments in a business's life cycle where the rules of the game fundamentally change. They can be caused by technological advancements, changes in consumer behavior, or shifts in the competitive landscape. Failing to recognize and respond to these inflection points can lead to a company's downfall. One example of a company that successfully navigated a strategic inflection point is Netflix. When streaming technology emerged as a viable alternative to physical DVDs, Netflix quickly pivoted its business model to embrace this new reality. By doing so, they were able to stay ahead of the curve and remain relevant in an ever-changing industry. The strategy palette is a powerful tool that can help businesses navigate strategic inflection points. It consists of 5 different strategic approaches, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. The first approach is classical, which focuses on achieving operational excellence through efficiency and scale. This approach is most effective in stable markets where competition is predictable and margins are high. The second approach is adaptive, which emphasizes flexibility and responsiveness. It is best suited for markets that are rapidly changing and unpredictable. The third approach is visionary, which is about creating new markets and disrupting existing ones. This approach requires a willingness to take risks and an ability to see beyond current market trends. The fourth approach is shaping, which involves collaborating with other players in the market to create win-win outcomes. This approach is especially useful in fragmented markets where no single player has dominant market share. The final approach is renewal, which focuses on reinventing the business model and transforming the organization. This approach is necessary when the business is facing significant challenges and needs to pivot in a new direction. Each of these approaches has its own unique advantages and disadvantages, and the key to success is knowing when to use each one. By understanding the strategy palette and applying it effectively, businesses can stay ahead of the competition and thrive in today's dynamic business environment. In conclusion, it is clear that traditional competitive advantage is no longer enough to stay ahead in today's business environment. The new reality demands agility and adaptability, as well as a keen understanding of strategic inflection points. Businesses must be willing to embrace the strategy palette and adopt the appropriate approach for each situation. By doing so, they can navigate strategic inflection points successfully and stay ahead of the competition. The strategy palette provides a framework for businesses to do just that, offering a range of strategic approaches to choose from. It is up to each business to determine which approach is most effective for their specific situation. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.